Have you ever noticed how quickly everything can change in NASCAR? One season can completely reshape a driver's future. Right now, 23XI Racing finds itself at the center of one of the biggest stories unfolding in the Cup Series. Bubba Wallace was once viewed as one of the unquestioned cornerstones of this ambitious organization. But lately, the conversation surrounding his future has started to shift in an unexpected direction. This isn't about one bad race or a single disappointing weekend. It's about changing momentum. Every passing race seems to add even more pressure as expectations continue to grow. While Bubba searches for answers, a different kind of excitement is beginning to build inside Toyota. That growing momentum is creating comparisons that few people expected to see this early. Now, fans are starting to wonder whether the future of 23XI Racing is beginning to change. And this may only be the beginning of one of the most fascinating storylines of the entire NASCAR season. For years, Bubba Wallace has been one of the biggest faces of 23XI Racing and a key part of the team's identity. When Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan launched the organization, Bubba wasn't just another driver, he became the foundation of the entire project. Heading into the 2026 season, many believed this would finally be the year he emerged as a serious championship contender. Instead, the season has taken a very different path than anyone expected. Inconsistent finishes and missed opportunities have slowly pushed Bubba further down the standings. The speed has been there at times, but the results simply haven't matched the expectations. With every passing race, the pressure continues to build as the playoff battle becomes even tighter. Then came a costly setback that erased what could have been a major momentum-building weekend. Instead of gaining valuable points, Bubba found himself slipping even further behind at the worst possible time. And while Wallace struggled to regain his momentum, another story was quietly beginning to unfold inside 23XI Racing. That difficult stretch opened the door for another name to capture everyone's attention, Heim. For years, Heim has been regarded as Toyota's brightest young development prospect. Many fans knew he had the talent, but there were still questions about how quickly he could succeed in the Cup Series. Those doubts quickly disappeared after his breakthrough performance on NASCAR's biggest stage. His first Cup Series victory wasn't just another win, it was a statement to the entire garage. Overnight, Heim proved that he belongs among NASCAR's top drivers. Veteran drivers and team executives immediately began praising his speed and confidence. Around the garage, more people started viewing Heim as one of Toyota's future superstars. Every impressive performance only made that belief stronger with each passing race. And before long, those rising expectations naturally led to comparisons inside 23XI Racing. Not long ago, if you asked fans who represented the future of 23XI Racing, Bubba Wallace would have been the obvious answer. He was the established driver, the familiar face, and one of the biggest reasons the organization earned so much attention. Today, that same excitement is beginning to surround Heim instead. However, it's important to separate speculation from reality before jumping to conclusions. Right now, there is absolutely no indication that 23XI Racing is preparing to replace Bubba Wallace. The organization has continued to support him publicly, and nothing suggests that his seat is in immediate danger. Instead, Heim's promotion appears to be part of Toyota's long-term vision to strengthen the team's driver lineup. But in NASCAR, pressure doesn't wait for contracts or official announcements. Performance shapes reputations, creates opportunities, and can completely change the direction of a driver's career. And that's exactly why the next chapter of this story becomes even more interesting. If Heim continues delivering impressive performances, the conversation around 23XI Racing will only grow louder. Every strong finish will naturally invite more comparisons between Heim and Bubba Wallace. Fans will continue asking which driver truly represents the future of the organization. Analysts will keep comparing their performances every single race weekend. Whether those comparisons are fair or not, perception carries enormous weight in NASCAR. Right now, Bubba Wallace isn't just battling for playoff points, he's fighting to change the narrative surrounding his career. The remainder of the season is about proving why he's been such an important part of 23XI Racing from the very beginning. If Bubba can turn things around and make a deep playoff run, this entire discussion could change overnight. But if the struggles continue while Corey Heim keeps rising, the questions surrounding Bubba's future will only become louder. And that's what makes this one of the most fascinating storylines of the entire NASCAR season. This story isn't really about a confirmed driver change, it's about momentum shifting inside one of NASCAR's fastest-growing teams. Two talented drivers are moving in very different directions, and that's impossible for fans to ignore. For Bubba Wallace, the remaining races are about much more than simply making the playoffs. He needs to remind Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, Toyota, and the entire garage why he has been such a vital part of 23XI racing. One victory or a string of strong finishes could completely change the narrative surrounding his season. But if the struggles continue, the outside pressure will only become even more intense. Meanwhile, every impressive run by Corey Heim strengthens the belief that he's one of Toyota's brightest young stars. That growing confidence is making every race weekend more important than the last. The next few weeks could define not only Bubba Wallace's season but also the future direction of 23XI racing. And that's exactly why the entire NASCAR world will be watching every lap very closely. That's why this story has become one of the most talked about discussions in the NASCAR garage. At this moment, there is no confirmed plan for Bubba Wallace to lose his seat at 23XI racing. But there is no denying that this could become one of the biggest turning points of his entire career. Corey Heim has earned every bit of the attention he's receiving with his recent performances. His rapid rise has created a level of internal competition that every championship organization eventually faces. We've seen time and time again how quickly momentum can change everything in NASCAR. If Bubba Wallace starts putting together consistent finishes, the entire conversation could look completely different. This isn't simply a story about one driver replacing another. It's about two talented drivers pushing each other and making 23XI racing even stronger for the future. Now the pressure is real, but so is the opportunity, and the next few races could decide everything. As NASCAR fans, this is exactly the kind of storyline that keeps everyone watching until the very end of the season. This battle is no longer about one race or one result, it's about the future of one of NASCAR's most ambitious organizations. Corey Heim has proven that he belongs at the Cup Series level, and his confidence continues to grow with every opportunity. At the same time, Bubba Wallace has overcome difficult moments before, and many people still believe he can do it again. The talent has never been the question, finding consistency has been the biggest challenge. The next few races could become the most important stretch of Bubba Wallace's entire season. A couple of strong finishes could completely change the conversation surrounding his future. But if Corey Heim continues building momentum, the spotlight on 23XI racing will only become even brighter. One thing is certain, the rest of this season will reveal who is truly leading the future of 23XI racing. And with so much still left to unfold, this story is far from over.